Hi, welcome to Behind the Saddle. My name's Liam. Today we've got amateur event rider Abby Jones. Thanks for coming on, Abby. How are you?
Oh, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you very much. So let's just take it back to the very start for yourself. Where did horses begin? Obviously, in your journey, obviously, when you were a young age.
So my mum has always been horsey. So she was horsey when I was growing up. She didn't have horses when I was born. She had them before I was born. But she kind of was in and out of the equestrian industry. And then I just fell in love with them from there. Then I started riding properly, I think, when I was about 5, and then I started competing from when I was about 7.
Yeah, so that's amazing. So obviously, since a very young age. Obviously, you mentioned then, obviously, you did start riding at 5, and obviously, you're still riding now. Was it ever a moment where you ever thought you'd give up? Or I know a lot of riders out there probably don't stick to it.
Um, yeah. So when I was going into uni, I got kind of given the decision, like, do you want to stick with this? Which means at uni I'd have to go to a uni like closer to home, or I would have to give it all up and follow a career and go. And I stuck with it. I came to a uni closer to home. And then I guess for the first like 6 months or so, I was like, or have I made a bad choice here? Should I be living my uni life?
Mm.
And then I kind of faded out. I never stopped because I still had to look after them all and stuff. But I faded out a bit for about 6 months, less competing and training. And then I was like, what am I doing? This isn't me.
Yeah.
And then I just came straight back to it. I was like, yeah, but I don't know what I'm talking about. Horses is me. I don't know anything else. And then I just carried on with horses. Saw my degree through and everything. But yeah, horse is just my life. So I just
Yeah.
stopped there.
How tough was that period mentally?
What without them?
Yeah, without the horses.
Um, Pretty tough. I think probably because I thought I was trying to find someone that didn't exist.
Yeah.
Um, because obviously everyone I saw around me was not horsey, and I was like, "Am I just weird?" And I was trying to find this party person that just wanted
Yeah.
to go out all the time, go crazy. And then I was like, "No, that's not me. I really don't enjoy this." So it was like a mental battle trying to make myself enjoy it.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean, having courses have its mental ups and downs
Yeah.
too. But yeah, no, mentally it was quite tough, but I'm glad I came back.
Yeah, definitely 100%. How would you describe your journey so far with horses?
Um, like a roller
Has it been,
coaster.
yeah, has it been a lot of ups and downs?
Yeah, but a roller coaster I just want to keep getting on. I would
Yeah.
just keep going round and round. Like there's so many ups and downs, like permanently. Yeah, there's big ones and there's little ones, but it's a permanent up and down, and it's quite the emotional and mental roller coaster. But it's one that I wouldn't be without. Like it literally is the one thing that fulfills me. And it fills me with a lot of pride. So yeah, I'll just keep getting on that roller coaster and keep going.
Yeah, that's what you love, isn't it? So obviously you've completely self-funded everything for yourself, and obviously you have two jobs as well. What does a typical week look like for you when you are riding?
mm, so I get up really early in the morning. I go to the yard. I do all my yard jobs. In the winter, I get up even earlier because I don't finish work in the light. So I have to get up really early and do everything before work because there's like an hour before I start work where it's light. So I'll get up really early, do all my jobs, and ride before I have to go to work. I go to work, I come back, finish work at about 5 some days. I come back. I do all my yard jobs, ride again, or not, depending on if I manage to do it in the morning or not, because I've got 2 to ride a day. Um, and then I go back to work because I work to the evening as well. So I'm kind of working like 9 5, and then I work again 7:30 till 10.
Just talk to me a little bit about obviously your day-to-day life as a person. Obviously, the jobs that you have. Obviously, we mentioned before that you are a sports coach, and obviously you work with 10 students and stuff like that.
Yeah.
How does that? What's that like? Working
Uh,
around and being around them.
oh, it's amazing. I love my job. I made the choice quite early on when I was about 16 or 17 what I wanted to do. I was like, I could not fulfill uni and all that, and I could just go for it and go for horses. I already worked with horses at the
Yeah,
time. I'd worked on professional yards. I'd ridden for a lot of people, and I just thought I need a career that's going to support what I want, because working with horses wasn't going to support me having horses.
yes,
So I decided to go into coaching and saw all that through, and I love it. I've been doing that. I've been coaching since I was about 17. I absolutely love it. I work in special needs. Mainly, I also do like adult sessions. I do disability sessions for adults and children. I do normal netball sessions. I'm a fully qualified netball coach. I do school teams, and I also have recently started creating my own sort of PE curriculum, because I thought that currently the way kids are getting active these days isn't working, so we need a new way of doing that. So I've kind of used my degree to completely redesign the Key Stage 1 curriculum. It's extremely rewarding. It's really tough and very, very challenging, especially working with kids with special needs and stuff.
yeah.
But I love it. It's so, so rewarding. And I also had a brother with special needs.
Um,
Um, so he was blind and deaf. So I feel like it's also a way of me giving back for everything
yeah.
they did for him. I feel like that's how I ended up in it. Um, but I absolutely love it. I love every bit. I don't think I will ever change career now. I think this is just me for life.
No, definitely, and obviously that's very lovely to hear as well. And obviously, it's amazing what you're doing as well. Obviously, going above and beyond for students out there who've got additional needs and stuff like that. So full credit to you there. How do you think you rate them skills, personal skills, into what you do with the horses as well?
Um, a lot of people say I have a very high patience level.
Basically.
I don't get angry. Um, it takes a lot to get me worked up. Um, and I'm very good at seeing the wider picture of things. Like, I don't just see something in the moment and go, ah.
Yeah.
Like, I'll just look at it and go, well, no, let's just think about this and how we can figure out what we're going to do here. Because when you're in a room with a kid that's
Yes.
having a bit of a crisis or a breakdown, you can't just scream with them. That's not
Yes.
helpful. You need to figure out a way around that. And one of my horses is quite highly strung. So when she gets worked up, I need to be quite quick on my feet to not jump on that bandwagon and to just go, no, it's okay. We can deal with this, and just plow through it slowly and in my own time and not feel like I'm rushed.
Yeah, and how was it working with obviously children with disabilities and others as well? Has it changed like your outlook on life and obviously your success and stuff with horses?
Um, yes and no. I feel like I've growing up around it,
Yeah,
because I knew a lot of my brother's friends
yeah, yeah.
while growing up. I feel like I've always had this side of life in me. Like, I always kind of knew it was there. It does make me so grateful for what I have.
Yeah.
Um, but it also does just make me see how amazing these people are, and I
Yeah,
just go, well, look at them. They've just found out a way to play netball the same as we do. So it gives me no excuse. Like, it's just like, just plow on. Of course you can do it.
no,
Uh,
exactly. And I just want to take a moment to thank people like yourselves and obviously organisations out there who do amazing things with people with obviously learning disabilities, because I know how horses and ponies can be very therapeutic for some children, especially children who've got autism, ADHD, mental health issues,
yeah,
and
yeah,
obviously the whole community is one. It brings out a fantastic side to
yeah,
people as well.
yeah. No, I would have. I was a when I was younger. It was kind of a dream of mine to kind of create a safe space
Yeah,
for kids like that to come to a yard and do that. I mean, maybe one day if I ever have the money to set something up like that,
yeah, let's
I
hope
would
so.
do that. But I have a few friends with additional needs and with kids with additional needs, and they
Yeah,
have come to the yard a couple of times, and they've brushed my horses and stuff, and just seeing how the horses connect with them and everything
yeah,
is amazing. Especially one that I know would spend his whole day headbutting me. And then he just becomes this angel
yeah.
when these kids are around. It's so lovely to see.
No, it is. It's definitely very, very rewarding as well. So let's just talk a little bit about obviously you producing obviously horses from a very young age. What? So talk to me a little bit about that.
Um, I don't think I've ever had a horse that's produced and ready to go. Um, because of the financial situation and everything. I've always had horses that are in need of work, whether that be just because they never got the education. When I was younger, they were a bit older, just completely uneducated.
Yeah,
As I got older, they were everything, like young, non-educated, either backed or not backed. Um, and I've just kind of found my way through. I think in my when I was about 10 or 11, I got a show jumping pony, um, who had been out on the circuit a little bit. I think that was the most experienced pony I ever
yeah,
got. He was insane. He taught me a lot. Um, but to be honest, I think producing horses has taught me the most, because it's just taught me that no matter like how good you both are, you just have this amazing like bond
and connection. Yeah,
and connection with them, that you trust them and they trust you. So no matter what is facing you, you just kind of go, well, I believe you can do it, and they just kind of go, well, I believe you can too. So let's do it. And I've never been in a situation where I've not felt safe because of that. Like, every time I leave a start box or I hear the bell go, I'm like, this is us and we can do it. Otherwise, I wouldn't be trying. Um, and you get in a sticky situation and they dig you out. They don't just go, well, that wasn't the right stride. I'm not doing that. They just gain this extra like heart and soul for you that you never knew the horses had. And it's pride. Like, I know every single result I've got is off our back.
yeah, yeah,
It's no one else has done that. I've done every single bit of that. And that in itself is just like so satisfying to me. Whether it's a double clear or a win, like, I did that. So
yeah.
yeah.
And how special is it seeing that horse obviously grow from obviously a young age to now to obviously going to riding and obviously seeing them showcase what they produce.
Oh, so special. Like, so two examples, like the horse, my oldest horse, Champ, he, when we bought him, it was funny because we bought him and they said, no, he's not going to be great, this one.
Yeah,
He can't even jump a tiny stick on a floor. He's not going to jump clear ever, that. And then he's just literally won 2 national show jumping titles at a meter. Like, I
yeah,
that's a credit to itself. And then I've got Spirit, who was scared of every single bit of life available, and now she's just done a flat out season eventing and won every single one. Like it brought a tear to my eye without even knowing I'd won. I was crying every time I crossed that finish line on that horse because I was like, I can't believe I've somehow turned this horse that was frightened of life into something that believes in herself to
No,
get
yeah,
around.
yeah. Very, very unique, isn't it? We're gonna come on to Champion Spirit a little bit later on in the show. So
Yeah.
just tell me a little bit about obviously your biggest challenges. Obviously producing horses, obviously from a young age on a budget. As I say, it's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, I had no training. So half of my life is questioning have I even done this right? I've
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
created buttons on horses that don't normally exist. Um, but yeah, it's a struggle with the time and the finances, and you hit walls and you're like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do now because I've never done this before. But you fight through it.
yeah,
I just spend a lot of my time online. I read quite a few books. I listen to professionals wherever I can on like their online um tutorials and stuff, and I just take bits off that, and then I save up. And when I do eventually get a lesson, I just question and question and question.
yeah.
So I can come away with so much homework that it'll give me a lot so that when I do go back, I've made the most of every single experience. It's not just a lesson to me. It's like that's going to change how I ride now. But yeah,
Yeah, no, definitely. And obviously that comes back to obviously the type of person you are as well, and obviously what you do on a day-to-day basis as well. So obviously I know there's a lot of highs and lows, obviously in equestrian. But let me talk about how rewarding is it?
uh, incredibly rewarding because everything is just solely me because of that. Like I wouldn't change it for the world. I mean, yeah, I would really love a bit of extra training here and there and an opportunity to train with a professional rider, but I would never want a horse to be produced by someone because that's not my work.
Yeah,
And I just there's nothing there's no prouder moment than when you watch your horse succeed to the level they have, um, especially compared to those who I can see that are on pre-produced packages. It's really easy to get tainted by that
yeah,
and watch people win on these amazing pre-produced horses. But then you look back and you go, well, hang on, they had a lot of help, and
yeah.
I've somehow equalised that by myself.
No, definitely 100%. So let's talk about Champ then, three-time national champion winner. How special is he?
He's incredible, absolutely incredible. Like I say, from a horse that supposedly wouldn't jump a stick on a floor, um, to doing all of that. I mean, he's had a hell of a journey. He's had a lot of injuries, bless him, in his time, and unfortunately, he's got arthritis. So we've had to fight our way through with him
Yeah,
to get him every single outing we have. But every time we think of retiring him, he's just like, no, I don't want to do
yeah.
that. And he just gets himself in a tiz. So he's like, right, we'll take you out again, and then he just goes and shows you how incredible he is. Like I've never felt comfier on a horse in my life. I genuinely think I could close my eyes and just let him do the job. Yeah, I made it, but because I made it, I trust that to just happen. I mean, when I just won the championships last year, the show jumping championships, I was eyeing up a turn, and I knew it was risky in the show jumping, but I was like, I feel like I've got to do it. I just need to do it because I don't think anyone can catch me on that. And then I was talking to someone and they were like, that's not possible. And I was like, it is.
Yeah.
Just wait. And then I came to do it and I turned and I went in my head, I just went, oh my God, I don't know if this is possible now. I'm here.
Yeah.
And then he just went, no, we can do this. And he just flew. Um, but that horse owes me absolutely nothing. has ticked every single dream I could ever want. All I ever actually wanted to do was event.
Yeah.
I didn't ever dream of becoming an eventing champion and a 2-time show jumping champion. And then he took me to my first show jumping international last year, and he will be doing again same again this year. He's just something else, that horse.
Yeah, it's unique. What's your
Yeah.
favourite memory competing with him?
My first show jumping championship title, probably. I'd won the eventing championships by then, which was, don't get me wrong, unbelievable. I was still crying then. But after that, he really went downhill.
Yeah.
And we didn't think we were going to be able to get him back out and about. People were saying this is the end for him. He might not come back. And then I took him out to the show jumping championships, and then this like thing appeared in my head where someone said to me like, just have fun and ride it like it's your last. And I did. And then when I heard on the tannoy that I'd won, it was like
Oh no. I
something
can
else.
see you getting a bit emotional there as well. You just showed how special that horse is, and how many memories it's given you, and obviously the rest of the team as well, and how much success and obviously happiness has put on smiles and has put on people's faces.
Yeah.
What has Champ taught you as a rider?
Don't give up.
Yeah.
Trust yourself and enjoy the horse that you've got, because they will give you everything if you give them everything.
Yeah. Oh no, it's very nice. So let's talk about spirits. Talk to me a little about spirits.
Spirit is very special. Spirit was a rogue buy. Sorry, let me just.
No, it's good. It's fine.
So for a while, I bought and sold connies from Ireland. It was kind of just a way of me making a bit of extra money. I'm 5'2". I'm really small. I fit ponies, and it's fun. So for a while, I bought and sold ponies. And then another horse that I have, who was meant to be my take me all the way horse, unfortunately had to retire. So I lost all chances of eventing again. Obviously Champ doesn't event anymore. So and I really wanted to event. So when I sold my connie, I was looking for the next one in lockdown, and I went on Horse Quest, and stupidly I went on a page I never go on, which is Future Prospects, because I know they're all priced on application. I can't afford those horses. I was just dreaming. There she was, first advert at the top, in like bold. And it even said on the advert, this is not a novice horse. She is quirky. She is tricky. She is spicy. She is not easy at all. And I rang them up. And I just was like, I saw the picture of a loose jumping, and I saw the picture of her face, and I was like, oh, she's gorgeous. And I already knew I didn't want something big, because my retired one was 17 hands, and she was 15, 2, 3. So I rang up and I was like, tell me. I was like, how quirky? I can deal with quirks, but is she like gonna kill me? And they were like, no, but you have to be able to sit a fair bit. And I was like, okay. And then obviously I asked the price, and the price was just purely because he didn't want people getting her to produce and her ended up in the wrong hands. He wanted people to call up and find out about her. So she was actually fairly low priced, and they did me a deal. And then within a week, she was with me and in front of me. And I was like, interesting. It took me a year to be able to stay on for more than 5 minutes.
Oh, wow.
and I'd had everything checked. She was completely fine. She was just she was terrified of something.
Yeah.
So I decided to reback her. I completely restarted, and slowly but surely introduced life to her again. Um, Started schooling her. She moves beautifully. The moment I managed to start unlocking this, I was like, wow, if I can tap into this, I've hit the jackpot. This
Yeah.
was so special. Um, and she jumps like a rocket. Like she's just unbelievable. But she's not easy to get to jump. She's not easy to get into the dressage arena because
Yeah.
every time you get on, it's like, don't move, don't
Yeah.
move.
Yeah.
And I've got my mum holding on and someone else holding on, and you just got to keep walking her until she sorts her brain out because the surroundings are a lot for her to take in. But over time, I've just kind of took it really slowly. I did a lot of groundwork, I did a lot of taking things slow, and she really started to trust me. So then we started going out, doing things. She started winning dressages, throwing out the clear show jumping. I still kept it very low because I didn't want to scare
Yeah.
her. Took her out eventing. She was doing well. She wasn't quite sure what this whole galloping business was because that didn't look pretty.
Yeah.
She quite liked looking pretty in a canter. Um, and then, unfortunately, I it was really wet and slippy, and I went into the show jumping when I was out eventing, and she slid into a fence,
Oh wow.
and completely slid through it, um, and just completely knocked her. She was absolutely fine,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I was fine, but it completely knocked her confidence. So it took me a year to get her back to wanting to jump on grass again. I just did a lot of homework and I was like, it's fine, we'll just show jump on surfaces, we'll just rebuild ourselves for a year. And then mum at the start of last year was like, go on, try eventing again. I was
Yeah.
like, I, I don't know. I don't want my heart breaking again. Like I know she'll be amazing if I get it, but I don't want to break my heart again. Anyway, so I took her to Cowsall International. That's my first one of the year. Um, and she was amazing. She was turning eyes everywhere she went. I was going around the cross country. And it's funny because I have this thing where I block everyone out when I ride. I can't hear anything.
Yeah.
But
Right.
the whole way round, the commentator was telling everyone that I was so far in the lead. I could have had like 20 penalties and still won. Um, but I didn't hear that. And then I got back. I burst out in tears because I'd actually just completed an event.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then everyone coming up to me just going, you've just won. And I was like, what?
Wow.
And then mum was like, so where are we going now? I was like, I don't know. So then I entered Chillington. I won that. And I was like, oh, okay. Uh, and then I'd got my badminton regional qualifier for that. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to badminton. I might get to badminton,
Wow.
which is my dream.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I went to the riding club qualifiers, won that. And then unfortunately, because she is quite acrobatic, she injured herself in the field.
Oh.
So I never got to fulfill those dreams.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then when she recovered, I came out at the end of the season. Unfortunately, the events were over. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I've done dressages and show jumping throughout winter, and she won all of those. So fingers crossed, next season,
Yeah.
straight back out with those winning flags again.
Yeah, let's hope so. Let's hope you can perform that dream you want. I
Yeah.
know it's an amazing story to obviously see, obviously, the likes of when we go back to Champ as well, how special he's been, obviously, Spirit, the whole journey throughout that horse's career so far, obviously, when it was afraid to jump and obviously go through the fence, and now where the horse is now. It's such an amazing story and probably an inspiration to people out there as well. I know you mentioned a lot about your parents. Just talk to me how vital and pivotal they've been throughout your whole life and obviously your career so far.
Um, they've been everything. They have, well, obviously my mum introduced me to horses. Um, my dad is not horsey at all,
Yeah.
bless him. We have thrown him into it completely, but he has took it on because it's what I wanted, and he's fully backed everything I wanted all the way through my life. He's just been that sort of, if you want it, I'm here.
Yeah.
Um, and my mum's been the same. Like, she's always stood there on the sidelines giving me pointers. We may have our little tiffs because sometimes I
Yeah.
don't like being told what to do. Um, but she's always there. She's like my biggest fan, and so is he. My dad drives me all over the country with those horses because I
Oh,
can't drive the trailer.
yeah.
Um, he will drive me anywhere I want to go, and so will she. My dad, when I said about Champ being told that was it, we got given that opinion by two different vets, and my dad was like, "No, I don't
Yeah.
believe you." And he scoured the internet and spoke to so many vets to find a way to make this horse happy and sound enough to do anything, just continue any form of quality of life. And he found it. And here we are, like 8, 9 years later, with a two-time show jumping champion, thanks to my dad, who knows nothing about horses.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he fought for that for me because he knew that's what we all wanted. Um, And my mum the same. Anytime I question myself or I doubt whether I'm doing the right thing or should I be here, mum, I don't feel like I fit in.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, why not? Because you're doing the exact same thing as all those people. It doesn't matter what's in the bank account behind them. You're all still here doing the same thing and you're pulling out the results. So you're doing something right. Um, she's just always there. And then when every time I cross the finish line or I finish a course, the first place I look is to wherever they're stuck, and they're just jumping at the sidelines, cheering me on, clapping, thumbs up, smiles. Like, they're the first people I look to every time.
Yeah. That's great. And obviously, it's amazing to have people like obviously mum and dad and always pushing you to do well and always trying to reach the top level as much as possible. Let's just talk a little bit about other people as well, like the riding club. I think you mentioned Jodie as well. Is there
Yes.
any other people? Obviously, there might be too many people to name that have been a big part of your career so far.
Um. Yeah. Jodie. Well, Macclesfield Riding Club as
Yeah,
the roundabout club. But Jodie from Macclesfield has been there since day dot. I think I've been at Macclesfield Riding Club for like uh just under 20 years. Um from when I was a little kid showing on a lead rein to where I am now, she has watched me grow. She knows my ins and outs of my life, my horses. She knows what I go through. She knows what I fight for. And every time she's there fighting with me, I turn up at a show. She's like my biggest cheerleader. Um, and she just has this like calm confidence about me that when things are happening at shows, she's like, "Oh, it's all right. Abby and Champ are going in now."
yeah,
And I'm like, "How do you just know?" Because I don't. No one knows what's going to happen in that ring, but she's just got my back all the time, and it's like she's part of my family. Like, she's proud of everything I achieved because she knows everything I've done. And when I felt like, again, in a rut, or if I need help or anything, like, she's always been there. Joe at Macclesfield as well has also been a massive help to me. I remember when I was a little teenager on one of my ponies and I was just struggling to jump oxers at their showground.
yeah.
And at the end of the show, she would be like, "Right, you're not going anywhere. We're going to stay here and I'm going to help you," because she's a course builder and a
All right.
teacher. She's like, and she'd just give me all this help, but with no questions asked, no extra funding, no nothing. They just stay just to help me just reach that other level and improve as a rider and get my confidence and sort myself out. They've pumped so much into me. And they're always the first people to wave my flag or toot my horn when I'm out and about. Shelley's quite new to the riding
Yeah,
club my life as well. But Shelley, from the moment she met me, is just jumped on this cheerleader bandwagon.
Oh,
I
that's
remember at
amazing.
the riding club qualifiers riding past her, and she's just shouting my name like, "Go on, baby!" um, yeah, I think they're massive people that have really helped in my life. As well as that, I like my supporters. I've got a few. I've got a couple of sponsors, and also my physios. My horses would not be getting through any of this
Yeah.
without them, and they're always there. And one of them's a very close friend of mine as well. So she's always backing me. She's ringing me. How's it going? Do you need me? Do you need anything? How'd that event go? She's just that friend as well
Yeah.
that I feel like every equestrian needs to just talk to. But yeah,
Yeah, no, it's amazing to have people like that beside you, and obviously always driving you on, as I mentioned before, with your mum and dad as well,
yeah.
as well as throughout your whole career so far. So just talk to me a little bit about Macclesfield Riding School, a little club. Just talk to me a little bit about that and what it has to offer and how long it's been going for, or how anyone can get involved if they want to.
Macclesfield Riding Club is an absolutely amazing place. They're such confidence giving people, and albeit they do want the results for you, they want them for you. And they will do anything to help you achieve what you want to achieve. They will back you whether you decide you want to just complete a walk trot test one day, they'll back you for that. Or if you want to go to badminton one day, they'll back you for that. They will really help you and support you. They're really big in showing as well. They're a really good showing club. They've got a lot of local shows going on. They've got a calendar online at the moment of the shows they've got every year and the qualifiers, which I will most likely be at most of them. So if you do go to any of them, I will be there. And you just need to get in touch with them. Join the club. You can go to the shows even if you're not a member. Get to know the team, have a chat with them. They're really friendly as well. So if you ever just want to chat to any of them, like I say, Jodie, Shelley, they are amazing people to just chat to, get to know, talk to them about the club, what you're after. But I couldn't recommend a better club to join, to be honest. If you just want to be happy and really enjoy what you're doing and the people around you, they are the place for it.
Oh, no, that's amazing to hear. What we will do, we'll put the Riding Club's socials and also Abby's socials if you want to ask any advice or questions you may have. We'll put them in the video bio. So
Yes.
let's just talk a little bit about your future ahead. What does the goals and targets look like for you in the next couple of
Oh,
years?
wow. Well, I've achieved more than I ever thought I would, so it scared me a bit. Um, I would really like to make it to badminton grassroots. And I know she can do it. I just have to give it a chance. Um, I would also really like to make it to my first dressage championships with her. That'd be really cool. Um, Take her to an international, first international show jumping at some point in the
Yeah.
future, wherever that may be. Um, and well, get Champ back to these international show jumpings this year and just have fun on him at this point. I want to just go out and have a whale of a time because I don't even care what the results look like anymore. He owes me none of that. We're just here to have fun. Spirit again. If the results come, the results come. But I would love to be jumping around an event in One Star one day and at badminton grassroots. If I get further, well, amazing.
Yeah, let's hope so. Fingers crossed. So just a couple more questions to ask to it. Obviously, coming to the end of our podcast now episode. Have you got one message to anyone who's helped you along the way on your journey so far? And obviously, I know before you mentioned a lot of people that have been vital to your career, and there's probably too many people to name to thank. But if you could give one message on this episode now, what would it be?
Um, you've done so much more than you ever thought you could for me. It may feel like you're just clapping and stood at the sidelines or asking how it went, or maybe you just stood there with me, but you being there is more than I could ever ask for, and that means the world to me. So thank you for supporting me and following me and staying with me because it's working.
Oh no, it's an amazing message to go to everyone there. And obviously, I can see it's been quite an emotional roller coaster this episode, hasn't it, for you?
Yeah.
Bringing everything up, but let's just end obviously on a high note. So, have you got any advice to anyone who wants to get in equestrian or anyone who's young? Obviously, I know you've been in equestrian all your life since a young age. Do you have any advice to anyone who's looking on maybe getting involved?
Do it. Horses are life-changing animals in so many ways. They take you on a roller coaster of up and downs, but they will just become your whole heart and your best friend. And they just really give you that mental break that you need sometimes, or maybe you need an adrenaline rush, or you'll find there's something within horses for everyone, whether it's just brushing them, hugging them, or if you want to take it somewhere, do. Just enjoy being around them and never be afraid to give it a go. There's so many opportunities out there now for you to get into riding or get into being around horses. There's a lot of lovely people out there. So if you ever just ask around on Facebook or anything, is there any chance I can spend time at anyone's yard, help, learn? So many nice people out there will do that. And if I ever have the time, I would also happily do that. I do that for another girl already. And seeing the change in her as a person is unbelievable. She's grown so much from just being around them and learning to be calm around them. They teach you a lot about yourself and how to act in life.
Oh no, that's amazing. You've been amazing throughout the whole interview today. How
You
can
so
I know you obviously you're on Instagram and TikTok. How can people find you?
It's Abby Jones Equestrian, ABBY Jones Equestrian. Have a follow. My TikTok is extremely silly, funny side of me. The Instagram is the more professional side of me. Have a look at both. I love both sides of me, but yeah, come follow along.
Well, it's been amazing to have you on the show today, Abby. Just want to say thank you from myself and obviously from behind the saddle for coming on today and all the amazing things you do in the equestrian industry. We can't thank you enough, and obviously I'm pretty sure the message will be the same for people watching and who have supported you so far.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.